So with the emergence of Chet Holmgren this year in the Rookie of the Year conversation, I wanted to talk about his draft class today, the 2022 draft class. And we are going to be redrafting that class here today. So what is going on, everybody? How is everybody doing? A couple weeks ago, we did redraft the 2021 draft class, which has been a hot topic this season. But I think this 2022 draft has been pretty underrated so far. Now, it definitely has its misses at the moment, but I think it has a lot of good players. So yeah, we're going to go from 14 to 1 and redraft the lottery. And if you guys enjoy these videos and want to see more of these, feel free to drop a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. And let me know. Just drop a thumbs up and I could redraft the 2020 draft next. So there's just a few honorable mentions before we go into this. You can put them at 14 or 13. I really wouldn't mind. So Dyson Daniels just missed the cut. I like his defense a ton. I just want to see more offensive progression out of him. I have a love-hate relationship with Malachi Branham. He did not make the list. I loved him out of Ohio State, so it pains me to see him not really live up to that hype that I thought he could show so far in his career. Jaden Hardy, Andrew Nemhard, and AJ Griffin also didn't make this list, just barely missed the cut. All right, so we'll start off at number 14. This was the Cleveland Cavaliers. They originally selected Ochai Ogbaji that they used in the Donovan Mitchell trade, so he got sent to Utah. They're going to be selecting Christian Braun out of Kansas. So Christian Braun already has a championship. He was a vital part to the Denver Nuggets 2023 championship run, and he looks like he's going to be a perfect role player in the league. He's improved a lot from his rookie season to his sophomore season. He's averaging around 8 points a night, 3.5 rebounds, and 2 assists in under 20 minutes per game. He's also been pretty efficient as well, 46% from the field, 38% from 3. He's got to hustle on both ends of the floor. He's going to get up and down the court in transition. He has good rotational switches, and he has a very high basketball IQ for a sophomore. Obviously, he had that championship pedigree when he won it all with Kansas, and he definitely needs to go in a lottery redraft of the 2022 draft. Next up at number 13, the Detroit Pistons selected Jalen Duren originally. Well, they're going to get Tari Eason here, who went outside the lottery at 17 out of LSU originally to the Rockets. Tari's kind of like Christian Braun at times. I feel like Eason is always crashing the boards. He's always doing a little bit more than he needs to do, and he's just always somebody that you can rely on. He's improved his three-point shot this year as well. He's shooting 36% from downtown, and when I was evaluating him originally in the pre-draft process, I did not think that he was going to be a knockdown three-point shooter like that in just year 2 of his career. He crashes the offensive glass. He's physical inside, and for somebody that's also dealt with a couple injuries so far in his career, he has shown some great progression in just year 2. So here at number 12, the OKC Thunder took one of the better players in this draft class that we'll get to later, where they're going to get somebody that went 15th overall, and that's Mark Williams, the former big man out of Duke. This draft class had a lot of good big men. This is not going to be the last one we're going to mention. Mark Williams didn't do much in the first half of his rookie campaign, but in the second half last year, he really balled out, and he looks like he could be that long-term answer for you at the 5. He's someone that's going to be a bruiser inside that can get double-doubles on any given night. He's going to be efficient with his shot selection because he isn't much of a shot creator, nor has a jumper, but he's just a reliable big man that you could throw out there for 25 to 30 minutes a night, get rebounds, play defense, take efficient shots inside, and every team kind of needs one of those guys. All right, so pick number 11. This is OKC. Once again, they traded with the New York Knicks to go and acquire Ousmane Dieng, but here they're going to be getting Benedict Mathurin. Mathurin originally went 6th overall to the Indiana Pacers, and he isn't much of a facilitator at all. This guy is actually one of the worst passers in the league, but he's all buckets. He's actually been very efficient so far in the first 2 years of his career. He averaged under 17 points per game last year as a rookie, and I thought, you know what, maybe he was a little overrated. The efficiency wasn't great, but no, Mathurin has definitely proven me wrong. He's averaging 14 points this year for a very good offensive Pacers squad, 4 rebounds a night as well, and is shooting 46% from the field and 38% from 3 on 3.5 attempts. I feel like sometimes he will go through stretches, he'll have his inconsistencies, but Mathurin is a really good player, and he's still just 21 years old. He's also Canadian too, so shout out to him there. I'm excited to watch him play in the Olympics one day for Team Canada. All right, let's kick off the top 10. Washington probably took the worst pick here in the lottery. They took Johnny Davis, and it's already looking like it is officially a bust, which is just a shame to see because these guys are just in year 2. So yeah, Davis definitely needs to change the scenery, but here I'm going to have the Wizards select a very good big man, Jalen Duren. Duren was one of my favorite prospects in this class coming out of Memphis. He's similar at times to Mark Williams' style of play, someone that's a bruiser inside, is going to be very efficient. I think Duren is a little bit more physical, a better rebounder, and a little bit better of a rim protector as well. And I think this would be a great addition for Washington. Obviously, their team looks a lot different than it did when they made this pick originally on draft night, but if you had Jalen Duren with like Kyle Kuzma right now and Bilal Coulibaly next to him, that would look pretty good for the future. Okay, coming in at number 9, the San Antonio Spurs originally took Jeremy Shohan, and you know what? I think they do the same thing here. I only think they're going to take Jeremy Shohan because I feel like the Spurs really like him. Obviously, they experimented with him at the point guard position. That did not work out whatsoever. And Sohan is actually not a bad shooter at all. So the ability to put him as like a stretch four that could also play make as well is perfect for the modern day game of basketball. Because at his peak, if he can give you around 15 points, 6 or 7 rebounds, 4 to 5 assists, and shoot north of 36% from 3 while also playing above average defense, that could be a $30 million player one day. I mean, you just look at what like Jeremy Grant just got in free agency. That could be Sohan. So yeah, I do think Sohan goes number 9 in the redraft. So at number 8, the Pelicans originally took one of my honorable mentions in Dyson Daniels, but here I'm going to have them select Jaden Ivey, who falls a couple slots. I don't know. Ivey's also put into one of the worst positions in the league. He's on one of the worst teams of all time in the 2024 Detroit Pistons. And at times I really like Ivey's game, but I feel like he just plays a little bit too fast and there's no cohesive rhythm in his game. I think at times he's better off just slowing the game down, letting his playmaking go to work. And I feel like he misses a lot of easy shots because he's playing 100 miles an hour. I don't think Ivey's a great defender. I don't know if he's ever going to be a good shooter in this league. But you know what? If he's going to be a consistent 34% guy, you would take that. And like I said before, he's in one of the worst situations ever. So who knows? He could be a top 5 in this redraft if he was just placed on any other team. So coming in at number 7, Portland originally took Shaedon Sharpe, but here they're going to be getting Walker Kessler. Kessler was one of the league's best rookies last year. He even got a Rookie of the Year vote somehow. Well, it was from a Utah journalist, but Kessler honestly was that good. He was on Team USA. He's definitely the better of the 3 big men we've mentioned so far with him, Mark Williams, and Jalen Duren. He's by far the best rim protector and shot blocker out of the 3. And maybe not like the most skilled big man offensively. He makes up for it on the defensive side of the ball. This guy is going to play physical. He's going to call out when guys are cutting, screening, slashing. He's going to make sure you're not going backdoor on him. He's going to play box to box. He's a phenomenal defensive center. And I think that warrants him going number 7 here in the redraft. All right, so at number 6, we have the Indiana Pacers. They're not going to be getting Madden McMatherin because obviously they're going to pass on him. He went a couple picks later, number 11 to OKC. So I have them selecting Keegan Murray, who originally went 4th to Sacramento. Yeah, Murray is going to fall a little bit in this redraft. Murray definitely had one of the more higher floors coming out of Iowa just due to his age being a 22-year-old rookie, similar to what like Jaime Jaquez is today. And Murray looked great as a rookie. He shot 41% from downtown, and he's still a phenomenal player. He's averaging 15.5 points this season, shooting 35% from 3 on just under 7 attempts a night. But the thing with Murray is I don't know if he has a higher ceiling than anybody else we are going to mention going forward. And that's why I think the other 5 teams would pass up on him in a redraft, and he would fall to 6 here to Indiana. I mean, him next to Tyrese Halliburton would just be insane. He may take like 12 threes a night with Halliburton's playmaking. So that leads me to say number 5, the Detroit Pistons are selecting Jabari Smith Jr., who originally went 3rd to the Houston Rockets. So yeah, they are going to pass on Jaden Ivey for Jabari Smith Jr., and I think him next to Cade Cunningham would have worked out so much better for them instead of Jaden Ivey. Obviously, that's not what happened on draft night, but the pick and rolls, the pick and pops with Jabari Smith Jr. and Cade would have been magical. And Jabari Smith Jr. was in one of the worst situations ever last year with Steven Silas in his rookie year. It was a sinking ship. But now with Ime Udoka, he's improved so much better on both ends of the floor. Jabari Smith is shooting 37% from 3. He's averaging just under 13.5 points a night. Goes along with 8.5 rebounds as well. And in the pre-draft process with Jabari Smith Jr., we knew that he was going to be a raw prospect right away. It was going to take a little bit for him to develop in this league. Because before that college season started, he was never talked about it being a top pick in the 2022 draft at Auburn. And then we all thought he was going to be the number 1 overall pick until draft night. And he still has a very high ceiling in this league, in my opinion. All right, so number 4, Sacramento passes on Keegan Murray originally because he just went 6th to the Pacers. We're going to have them select Shaedon Sharpe, who went 7th to Portland. Yeah, man, I'm a Shaedon Sharpe guy. The superstar potential is there. I think we all forget sometimes that Shaedon Sharpe did not play collegiate basketball. Kentucky didn't want him to take time from anybody else when he was a late commit because he was able to graduate high school basically a semester early. So he was 19 years old last year. He's 20 years old this year, which is younger than some 2023 rookies. He was almost 4 years younger than Keegan Murray in their rookie years. But Sharpe has, in my opinion, 25 point per game potential. He is uber athletic. He has great defensive potential as well. He can rebound. He can play make. I think he's going to be a good shooter in this league because I like his jumper form. He's good from the line. And in my opinion, Shaedon Sharpe would go number 4 in a redraft. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments if I'm too high on him. So number 3, the Houston Rockets are here. They passed on Jabari Smith Jr. He went number 5 to the Detroit Pistons. So they're going to select somebody that went 12th originally, and that's J-Dub Jalen Williams. I'll be honest, I did not have a top 10 grade on Jalen Williams. I thought he was going to be like a fringe top 20 prospect out of Santa Clara, and a lot of teams passed up on him, man. But yeah, I couldn't have been more wrong around Jalen Williams. This dude has been a young star already. He's 22 years old, averaging 18 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds a night, shooting 52% from the field, 43% from 3, and 83% from the line on one of the better teams in the NBA right now with the Oklahoma City Thunder. And you put him on Houston next to Jalen Green and Alperen Şengün, and if they still end up with Fred VanVleet and Dillon Brooks, we could be talking about them as a playoff team just already here in 2024. All right, top 2, here we are. Number 2, the OKC Thunder. They're still taking Chet Holmgren. I mean, this is a no-brainer. We're finally seeing Chet Holmgren play basketball this year. It's his rookie year since he missed all of his rookie season last year. And the dude's a beast. The dude's going to be in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation every single season. He's insane with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the pick and roll and pick and pop, and you're going to have that for 10+ years. He's also shooting 54% from the field and 41% from 3 on 4.2 attempts a night. This dude is a 3-and-D elite center, and he's still just 21 years old. So, number 1, I still have Paolo Banchero going in the redraft to the Orlando Magic. I mean, this is still a no-brainer in my opinion. I don't think the Magic would have seen enough for them to justify taking Chet Holmgren over Paolo right now. Paolo's averaging 22 points and 7 rebounds this year, go along with 4.7 assists, and has massively improved his outside jumper. He's shooting 38% from 3 and overall 47% from the field. He's also a part of the Magic being one of the better defensive teams in the Eastern Conference. And like Chet Holmgren, he's still just 21 years old. So that is going to be my 2022 redraft. Let me know if you did enjoy by dropping a thumbs up. Also, I would love to hear what you agree with or disagree with in the comments below. These would not be fun if we didn't agree on the same redraft. So please let me know what you disagree with. I'd love to hear it. So thank you all for watching. Drop a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you are not already. I love you guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.